What can we learn about equity from the Finnish education system? Since 2009, students in Finland are consistently ranked among the top countries in their PISA score. So what is the secret recipe to their success? While Finland strives for quality education, they primarily value equity, where the education system created works for everyone. To understand Finland's education system, let's take a quick look at the basic principles of Finnish education. The Basic Education Act covers all children in Finland of compulsory school age. And the basic principles of Finnish education is that all people must have equitable access to high-quality education and training. No matter if their linguistic and cultural background, age, economic status, or where they live, all citizens are provided with the same opportunities to education. Instead of focusing on equality, where all people will receive the same type of knowledge and skills, Finnish educational policies are based on equity. In many parts of the world, good quality education are known to be provided through private education, if in the case that parents can afford them. However, in Finland, education is free at all levels from pre-primary to higher education. In pre-primary and basic education, the textbooks, daily meal, and transportation for students living further away from the school are free. At upper secondary level and in higher education, the students themselves need to purchase their own books. At upper secondary level, the students have the right to a free meal, and in higher education, meals are subsidized by the state. The Finnish government aims that, having completed their comprehensive school education, all students gain an upper secondary qualification. Finland is preparing a reform and extending the compulsory education and the minimum school leaving age to 18 years. This is seen as a way to prevent marginalization and increase equal opportunities. This reform is aimed to take effect in 2021, making learning materials and travel costs in upper secondary education free to students. There are no rankings of the best schools, nor the best students, and no constant standardized testing. So if education in Finland is free, where does the financial resources for education come from? Responsibility for educational funding is divided between the state and the local authorities. Education spending in Finland in 2017 is 5.3% of GDP and 12.3% of the total government expenditure. Since 1980s, Finland have started to decentralize the power to municipalities. In 2020, the 310 municipalities in Finland all are obligated to provide basic services for people living in their area. The funding municipalities receive from the state for basic education is based on the number of 6 to 15-year-olds living in the municipality. Municipalities receive part of the funds from the state, but the biggest source of incomes are tax revenues, since municipalities are entitled to levy taxes. The municipality can decide for itself how they would like to allocate its funding. Education providers allocate funding autonomously as long as they fulfill their duty to provide practical teaching arrangements as well as effectiveness and quality of their education. To understand why such autonomy is provided, one must also know that the Finnish society is strongly rooted and based on trust. There is high autonomy given to all levels. There is a good connection between parents and teachers. There is trust by national authorities and local authorities, and teachers are trusted to design the local curricula. While a national core curriculum is provided as a framework for all schools, however, education providers have the flexibility in terms of curriculum and are tailored to suit the needs of its students. For example, while in many education systems and special needs students are placed in a separate classroom, however, in Finland, all students are in the same classrooms and special needs education is integrated into regular education when possible. There are 3 levels of the support system for learning and schooling in Finland. They are general, intensified, and special support. All pupils of compulsory school age have the right to general support. Intensified support will be given to students who require support or several different forms of support in their learning based on pedagogical assessment and the student's learning plan. But if the student's development or learning could not be met through general support and intensified support, special support is offered either as a general or extended compulsory education. The main purpose of special support is to provide students with systematic help so they can complete compulsory education. In 2018, 45,447 students received special support. 59,721 students received intensified support. Therefore, nearly 1 in 6 students in compulsory education receive intensified or special support. The reason these flexible basic education is provided is to support students who are at risk of leaving school without basic education. Efforts are specifically made to support language minorities and migrants. Special needs education are provided free of charge. Rehabilitation allowance are provided to students with disability. In a nutshell, equity in Finland does not mean all students are the same or achieve the same outcomes. In fact, equity in education indicates that all students have access to quality education. Therefore, the differences in learning outcomes are not the result of their economic status, where they live, or what school they attend.